Path, then the first, when we speak about the Eightfold Path, the first week is about the right opinion. Yeah. And this, for some reasons, can be attributed to Saturday, and Saturday to Saturn, and Saturn to you, the sound you, and the sound you again to Aquarius, or Saturn to Aquarius and Capricorn. And to them again belong M and L. And what I would like to experiment with you now is, what's the difference between the vowels and the consonants, and what can they teach us about trauma and the path? And to say it already now, Steiner brought the Eightfold Path, but he also brought everyday exercises. And then you could notice that it's a sort of breaking down of the Eightfold Path into the everyday experience. And then he said, it's just practice refraining from criticism. Practice refraining from criticism also against or towards yourself. Yeah? Don't criticize yourself. And one idea now is, and actually this will start next week, to work on this U and M and L, but we will already start with it now to get an idea of what it could be, and then can enter more deeply into it next week. And the L, was I too quick? No, it was not too quick. The L, yeah, there are drawings by Rudolf Steiner, suggestions how to draw it. It's a movement between left and right. And the M is a movement where interweaving, yeah, the arms between in front and towards yourself, perhaps. And what I already want to show you now, this I want to bring, it's about, they are very contained and contained, yeah? It's not just flowing out. And putting the focus on, oh, we do it so often, but when we do it with trauma, let's emphasize that there's some shelter around it we could look at. Okay, and this I will then bring afterwards in the Eightfold Path. Okay, let's start with eurythmy. Okay, I'm a little bit frozen. Maybe it needs a second that everything goes well again. I wait. I change quickly the camera. If this will change something. And these things can happen, doesn't become better. I change the camera here. And come back. And this. And I'm not moving. Maybe we just need to wait for a second again. And you tell me if okay, it starts again, huh? I am allowed to move again. So please take the space you feel well in. And the theme, what I want to bring, and I take the example where we will work with next week, it starts with the U, the Eightfold Path, with Saturn. And when you do this simple exercise of arrive at yourself, take a little bit of time. Yeah, take your hands to arrive at yourself. Breathe, let your breath react. turn your hands and slowly stream downwards. And just try to stream into the earth and notice that it makes you upright. So the very basic exercise already creates the U in us. We stand in this parallel posture, yeah, and make a little step. And the U can be Saturn, can be attributed to the crown, to the head. Yeah. And you have this, when you go down, you meet your heart. And when you sink further down to the bottom of your body in a way, you enter the moon sphere. Yeah. So in this column you meet, and just feel it a little bit. Saturn, and come down to the heart. Sun, and feel down to the ship you are sitting in. Moon, yeah. Feel how your hands describe the shape of the moon. And they are all contained in this U. And just feel again this parallelity. And we will learn that those three belong together. Yeah. It's in alchemy, it's called the three lights. And when we now look a little bit at the U, it's becoming this coming towards yourself. And in eurythmy, you do it as a parallel gesture. Yeah? And then you have your hands here from your heart, but from your big heart that's far behind you. It starts and then it moves through your center heart. Yeah? And then it moves forward and it connects with what is in front of you. It brings you somewhere. And this parallel gesture somehow is the archetype of it, is this body. And it's possible that you stand there and you just contract your body a little bit. And this contracting the body pulls the arms along. And then let go. Make a little step. And again, try it again. And try not to press your arms against the body, but contract the body and the arms follow. And again, just to have in mind that what James Dyson said, we somehow have to learn to re-embody ourselves. And this is done by, that's not the appropriate word, but suck yourself in, invite yourself in. Do not push yourself into your body again. Try to find means, and that's what this is about. You try to find means, you feel your body, you contract it in a sympathetic way, that this brings your arms along. At the same time, makes you upright and enhances the breathing. Okay, I arrive at myself. And when, as in eurythmy therapy, the U sometimes is done, or very often, that left and right meet completely. So when you have your arms out there, you can feel the right energy of the right side, the left side, and then you slowly let your arms move towards each other. And then even melt. Yeah. And then it starts that your left and right starts melting into each other. And how does this feel? When suddenly a plane comes about, yeah, in you, yeah, like a wheel, yeah, you're standing in, and left and right push against each other, or feel each other. And then you have, yeah, and trauma somehow just throws you out of your center into the periphery, and all these tensions you have experienced here somehow are thrown into your whole being, and they are doing this there. And the question is, how can I come in again and heal myself? And just, I again feel the streaming together, and the arms follow. And the melting happens. Because I'm inviting it to happen, to flow together. And breathe. And the third aspect of the U is the U, when you have the sequence of the vowels, and maybe you know the gestures or not, just follow me. You have in the alphabet, you have the A, open gesture, E, a crossing, E, a stretching, O, an embracing, and U, a flowing forward. And just let go. And when you do this, you might know that the A brings you on your heels. Yeah? Because you invite yourself to come in. Yeah? It's not you open, just do this and open and go somewhere, but you do it and pull your shoulders a little bit back, that something comes towards you. And try to do this gesture a little bit as it's you yourself whom you invite to come towards you, not the difficult things. Yeah? And when you do the A, it brings on the heels. When you do the E, you feel well protected. You are behind the fence, but you can come a little bit forward. With the E, you risk something, and you are in your middle. Yeah? With the O, you embrace something, it brings you forward. And the U really makes you fall. If you don't feel the countercurrent somehow, which I'm meeting you, and this brings me towards myself. So just do the U once again and feel it wants to bring me forward. But there, something happens which actually brings me towards myself. Wow. Yeah. So a huge challenge to lose yourself, and how can I do it that it still nourishes me? So the U, bringing comfort, feeling myself at one time, and being a huge challenge, yeah, at the same time. And when you now do the L and the M, those deal the consonants with they are the periphery, because they express nature forces. And the vowels express soul forces. And then you now do the L, and in the path, everything will be about discovering these sounds in nature. Yeah? And the L is a movement which goes down in front, forms an O in front, comes up to your heart, and then again opens up towards the light. And then you can repeat it, you can let go into the earth, or you can just directly come back to your center. And what now for us might be important, in trauma, we have to deal with this aspect of periphery. Yeah? How do we handle periphery? And just yesterday, on a walk, we saw how the trees, which now in spring start growing, and the bushes, they form a sort of, you feel this energy rounding them off at the same time. So if you use your fingers to just grow into the periphery, it could go on, it could go on, it could go on. But then you have such a tender gesture that have your hands just in front of your head, perhaps, and then just stroke along this periphery and say, yes, but keep it round. Don't grow into the heaven, stay on earth. So that when we do the L now, that we concentrate less on the growth forces in it, but the keeping it contained, keeping it sheltered. And when you do this, you come down there, and then you come up to your heart. And then this process of opening up towards the light, but immediately caress it, come on, yeah? Be so kind that it can only stay there because you are so lovely to this energy. And can you see that what we will see? I told you, Saturn, and sun and moon, the eye belong together, the three lights. And when you just do this movement, can you feel that you're doing eye? You are stroking the whole tree, yeah? As you are so beautiful, yeah? Just this energy, yeah? And I think this could be something of importance when you discover the L energy, a volcano brings you into the periphery, and then you do the I. L. And with the M, it's a little bit similar. You can do it in so many ways. And if you just do it parallel, then you have both hands in front of you, and then M is streaming and being in something, and the experience of the counter streams, the counter flows. So you have your hands and you stream forward, and then you turn your hands and you stream backwards. And you see, you are somewhere in an movement. It was a theory coming from some sort of tradition. Saturn belongs to Aquarius, belongs to Saturn, M belongs to Aquarius. Okay, they belong together. But then we see when you do this, you are doing streaming wise, not radiating wise like you do it with the vowels, but streaming wise, you push energy gently forward. And you invite energy to come back. And do you see that you're moving in an U? And do you see that there's a huge tendency to lose yourself, or to be overwhelmed? And now you can focus that the M actually is being in something. So you are not going out, and you can now practice with the M that you, from your heart, you move forward. But how far do I move that I still stay in? And maybe I even round my arms a little bit, that I feel again a roundness around me, what before we experienced around the L, So again, we move forward. And what do we have to do inwardly that it's somehow rounding off? And then you turn and you're still within your bubble, but your holy periphery somehow, but it's yours. And then back towards yourself in a way that you even feel this shelter behind you. And when you watch the eurythmy drawing I have shown you, will see that one arm is actually doing this. And what does it need that you don't have to do it? I must not go out. The trick is that you use your upper legs. I mean, you just stand and bend them slowly. You bend your knees, your upper legs. You feel the muscles of your upper legs. They keep you upright. And then try to come up slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Your body normally wants to stretch quickly. You don't even notice it. And you say, do it slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. and come up even slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And when you combine this movement, yeah, at the moment it's artificial, but it can become normal. That when you go out, 1, or when you come in, let's do it like this, that's easy, clearer then. When you come in, you go down, 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you go out, and now do it slowly. 1, 2, don't get quick. Slowly stretch your legs. Only be concerned that they don't stretch too quickly. Then this will make your arms round. By itself, just you're only busy with your upper legs. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn and don't dare, I'm joking, huh? Please dare everything to be up too quickly. Okay. And there's also, one could explain why it happens, but for the moment, just let's take it like this. So the legs make it happen. And when we do the L, there's also a trick with the L that you remember the U belongs to the L. The U has this contracting energy. And for this reason, stay a little bit with the legs, feet apart, and to pull the toes a little bit in, that they point a little bit towards each other. That makes it easier for your bones. And then just start becoming thin again. And let not only the arms, but also the legs come in until they feel each other. And then when you come up, try to keep them together. And only when you are up, let them go apart again. Yeah. And again, slowly make this contraction of the U flow together from left and right. Wow. Yeah, until your hands touch, let the U rise a little bit and the body follows. It's hard, but you want to keep the streaming together. And then, it opens up. So, and when you now combine this with the ordinary L movement, the rounding off up there again happens by itself. So, put your arms for the L, feet a little bit apart, 5-10 centimeters, enough. And then feel the U happening, streaming together from left and right. Keep the U alive when you go up. Maybe even the heels lift a little bit, and then, slowly, be only busy with your legs. This keeps you in a natural way, but very much feeling the potential of the being, having a skin, or being on earth, in earth. Just stand for a minute and breathe. Let go and sit down for a minute. It was a lot of explaining because I want to deliver some principles. Yeah, when you work with the U, or what could give you ideas to do completely different things with it. For example, having this being togetherness. When you have to do it with children, the sack race, yeah, children in a sack and try to jump forward, yeah, and they can't, and they feel this, being contained, yeah, or creeping through a tunnel, yeah, towards the light, yeah, yeah, which we experienced when we were contracting each other's and suddenly feel the light. What kind of games can you invite for children, yeah, which maybe you just grab building a tent, yeah, yeah, or something you can creep in, yeah, from branches, yeah, because branches would be very nice, because this is not a canvas around you, it's an interweaving of thousands of qualities, and when you have these branches interweaving and building this net, this shelter, you are very close to the archetype, maybe what this rounding qualities consist of. And when you think about the right opinion, which you can transform into refraining from criticism, which is more or less also discover that's not very often we criticize where it's not necessary. We can just leave it. Yeah? And we only criticize where it's necessary. It's one exercise. Or don't be unjust towards yourself. Don't criticize yourself out of a destructive attitude towards yourself. Notice that and say, no, I leave it. Yeah? Protect yourself. And then maybe you can invent games from that. Yeah? Where you have games where you maybe think it's like this, and afterwards you discover it's like that, or whatever. That's the invitation for the week. And don't work too hard on these things this week. Are more connected with the method, because we will do it again next week. Yeah? And it's not just getting acquainted to the idea one could work like this, yeah, that you really can dive in again the week after. And then we go on from step to step. And I will say more about the L and M when we work on the path, but here I try to bring these aspects which are helpful, or perhaps not that I know what to do, I only know a few principles of these sounds which might be interesting to integrate into trauma. I wouldn't like say exercises, approaches to this theme, yeah, which can make us creative in trying to help. You will receive the replay tomorrow morning, where you can look at it again. You will receive the links where you can post in the forum, and also where you find the material you need.